Okay. Good evening. We're going to call this City of Coolidge City Council, August 25th, 2025, regular meeting to order. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Tom Bagnell.
Present.
Councilmember Audrey Saavedra. Here. Councilmember Steve Hudson.
Here.
Mayor John Thompson.
Here.
Councilmember Ian Gillespie. Here. Vice Mayor Tatiana Murrieta.
Here.
And Councilmember Tom Shope.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum, Mayor.
Thank you, Norma. Item number 3 under presentations is a monthly report by the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce. Lynn, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. Our reinvestments for June are AC Sanitation Services, AES Corporation, Against Abuse, At Ease Electric, Home Instead, Dairy Queen, East Valley Episcopal Church, Foster Threads, Galloping Goose, Gary Johnson and Associates, Hoffman Heating and Cooling, Hohokam Irrigations and Drainage District, K&F Sports Promotion, National Bank of Arizona, Native Technology Solutions, St. Holdings, VFW, and Zimba Felix. Our new members for June are Horizons Storm Cheer and Tumbling, Horizons Tutoring, and Sustainable Advisors. So for our visitor counts for June are 131 local visitors. We had 3,282 referrals. Year-to-date visitors, 1,801. Casa Grande Ruins visitation was 4,277. Year-to-date is 63,676. The Gem and Mineral Museum had 134 visitors in June. Year-to-date is 1,193. That's phenomenal how many people are coming to the museum now. DAV Museum, 33 visitors in June, 335 year-to-date. A couple things that happened. The VFW had an after hours, and it was really we haven't done one in a while, but they wanted to get the community to know the programs that's going on, and also some great networking went on. We're finishing up our elections, and nominations are out for the award. Forms can be found on our website at coolidgechamber.org. Upcoming events, Cabot 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony at Cabot. We're working on the National Service Day with Tom Scott, Councilman Bagnell, honoring our heroes on September 13th, where we'll be going out and clean the graves, so we invite you to help us do that. Our membership luncheon is on September 17th, and Pinal Partnership Golf Classic is September 19th. Coolidge 100-year celebration is September 20th, and then we'll have an SBDC workshop, Drive Sales Now, one-page marketing on September 25. Any questions?
Are there any questions? No? Okay. Thank you very much, Lynn. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll move into call the public. Gussie?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Gussie Taylor. I live at 529 West Verde Lane in Coolidge, Arizona. And my initial intent is put in a plug-in for Pinal County NAACP. Perhaps you're not aware that this past Saturday, August 23rd, their monthly meeting was held right here. The NAACP, it has revamped. It's really going strong now. The executive committee have completed their leadership training. They are all certified. As of June, there was 67 members, but Saturday, the 23rd, they reported 86 members, so they really growing right now. And then committee chairs, they really have some really active members right now. And they made reports, they was more proactive than reactive. And the current members have encouraged everyone to become more involved with their local council and board members. And I did make information available to them of when each one occurred. And I do have applications available, anyone interested in joining the Pinell County NAACP. It's only $30 annually, and you can see me for an application, and I'd be more than out. And the monthly meetings I did report to them was the Pinell County Social Services Network, which is held here on the first Wednesday of each month from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And the next meeting will be Wednesday, September the 3rd. And they do provide snacks, and they share all their agency information. And they, at the end, they have a round table where everyone can identify themselves and let the group know what they're involved in. So also informed them of the Hope International Ministry, their food pantry, which is on Arizona Boulevard, and they hold them the first, second, and third Thursday of each month from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. But the second Thursday is the Seniors' Day. They issue senior boxes on the second Thursday. And also the Randolph United Council Community Meetings, that's held the first Sunday of every month at 3 o'clock p.m. The next meeting, September 7th. And I did inform you the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce Luncheon is the third Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Next one, September 17th. And I do challenge each of you. I know we hear a lot about the youth and what they're doing or should be doing. New Hope Community Church, right here on 707 South Main Street. Their youth is every fifth Sunday of the month, and they will be doing the programs at this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. And I invite any and all of you to come down and see what our youth is doing. Thank you for the space.
Thank you, Gussie.
What does NAACP stand for?
Association of Other People. Yep. Anything else? Okay. Go ahead. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We're gonna have to call, oh, it isn't called the public. I thought Lynn was still up there. Go ahead.
Tom Scott, 808 West Pima Avenue. Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Council members, I live on the corner of 8th and Pima Avenue. I've lived there for almost 30 years now. It's a really nice neighborhood, good neighbors there. You know, about 15, 20 years ago, I don't know how long it's been, but Northern Avenue's speed limit was changed from 25 miles an hour to 15 miles an hour, which makes a lot of sense between the boulevard and 9th Street, because that's where all the schools are. So that made a lot of sense. But it was learned that by doing that, a lot of the traffic that would go down Northern Avenue would be shifted over to Pima Avenue on the street that I live on. And I think our police were aware of that for a while, and they monitored it there. But the last 4 or 5 years, there's cars driving 50-plus miles an hour. I think they run the stop sign over there on 7th Street, and then they just fly through there. And I just wanted to bring this up to you to see if there's anything that we could do, maybe putting a four-way stop on 8th and Pima, where I live, or maybe putting in some speed bumps in there someplace to slow people down. But, if you got small children or you're kind of backing out of your property to get on the road and someone's flying up, it kind of gets to be like a safety hazard, but I just wanted to make you aware. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Anybody else? Okay, not seeing anybody approach. We'll move on to call of the public and move into business items for consent. Is there anybody up here that wants any of these items pulled off for individual consideration?
Yes, Mayor Thompson, I'd like to pull item 11.
Excuse me, 11?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? That it? Okay. Item 4, consider approval of a special event license application submitted by Ms. Lynn Parsons for the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce to hold a beer garden on Saturday, September 20th, 2025, at the Coolidge Centennial Celebration beginning at 4 p.m. and ending at 11 p.m. Item 5, consider approval of entering into a service agreement and addendum between the City of Coolidge and Motorola Solutions for an amount not to exceed $34,014.60 and for continued service of the Motorola dispatch equipment replaced in 2019 at the Coolidge Police Department. Item 6, consider approval of entering into an intergovernmental agreement number 2026-01 regarding reimbursement of salary, overtime, and employee-related expenses incurred due to the Coolidge Police Department's participation in the Pinal County Narcotics Task Force ACGA grant number DC-26-009. Item 7, consider ratification and approval of applying for a 2025 Arizona Department of Public Safety Local Border Support Grant Fund in the amount of $646,529 to purchase 42 dash cameras with advanced license plate reader technology from Axon Enterprise, Inc. for the Coolidge Police Department. Item 8, consider approval to unfreeze capital sales tax funds in the amount of $14,639.25 and approve to enter into an agreement for purchase of equipment between the City of Coolidge and United Fire Equipment to purchase various sizes and lengths of firefighting hoses to replace aging hoses on the fire apparatus, authorizing the mayor to sign the necessary documents. Item 9, consider approval of ratifying the cooperative purchasing agreement between the City of Coolidge and Ellison Mills Construction, LLC, for an amount not to exceed $500,000 for the construction of the Erica Road Railroad Crossing, utilizing the Pinal County Contract Number 233828ROQ, and authorizing the mayor to sign the necessary documents. Item 10, consider approval of entering into a cooperative purchase agreement between the City of Coolidge and Ellison Mills Construction, LLC, for an amount not to exceed $44,366.84 for the construction of utility adjustments and road repairs along Ruins Drive, utilizing Pinal County Contract Number 233828ROQ, and authorizing the mayor to sign the necessary documents. Item 12, consider approval of entering into a purchase and sale agreement and escrow instructions with Pinal County for the purchase of 392 South Main Street, Coolidge, Arizona, for an amount not to exceed $940,000, and authorizing the city manager to execute any closing documents related thereto.
Mayor Thompson, I move to approve consent agenda items 4 through 10 and 12 as read.
Is there a second? Second. Okay. There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that carries. Item 11, consider approval of entering into a construction contract between J. Bannicky Construction, Inc. and the City of Coolidge for an amount not to exceed $2,126,887 for the Apron and Taxiway C construction project at the Coolidge Municipal Airport. James?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, I'm happy to answer any questions. This is the awarding of the contract to Bannicky. The past 2 or 3 council meetings, you've approved my grants that we've received from the FAA. So this is the kickoff to the construction portion of that. Happy to answer any questions.
Can you just, are we talking about that's in blue and in gold, or what all are we talking
So
about?
just in blue, that's the taxiway and the GA apron. The gold is future planning. What we'd like to see, in the future, pending funding. None of these things are cheap, as you can tell. But this is kind of, just a kickoff to the north side of that 2-3 runway to start development there. We've gotten bids from Arizona Water Company to bring water to the front of that. I think it's like $1.1 million. We're waiting on Skip to give us a cost to get the power to the front of there. Right now, we're bringing the power for the lighting and the apron from the existing power that's there. But it's about 3 years of planning right there just to get this far.
Okay, yes, because, I just wanted to pull this because I just wanted to be sure that everybody could see what they're doing out there, the improvements that they're making, because the airport has come a long way from where it was. I mean, for years it just sat out there and it was just kind of existed. But I think this council, and the councils before it especially, they took an interest and they realized the potential of that out there, and they've done a fantastic job of going and moving it forward, and this just takes us even further forward. And the nice thing about this, it's a $2.1 million contract, and there's only 106,000 and some change coming out of the city's coffers on this. So again, it's a thank you to James and all the staff and everything for all the work they've done on it. And it's just going to, and I think that airport, with these additions, it's just going to continue to grow. And it's going to better serve this community. And the only problem is, which when I was speaking to James, he said, now we're going to have to probably start looking at a little bit more security out there. And that, of course, that's expensive too, but I'm sure he can find a grant or something.
Yeah, that's in the planning. That's in one of our ASEP projects, to secure the entire airport. But, we want to encourage business. We needed, during COVID, we built a new runway. They said we'd never get a new runway, and we got 100% funding. That was almost $8 million. Several taxiways we've installed out there, new lighting, new signage. We just keep, with the momentum and the council backing, we just keep bringing in these grants. My goal is to, we're improving the water system out there, improving the communication system out there. We're going for grants for the entire roadway. That has already been designed. The engineering and the environmentals have already been completed and approved for the roadways. We're just waiting on funding for that. Our portion of this, the 106, I just submitted that to the state, so they may actually pay half of that. So that actually might be cut in half for us. But I'm not going to hold my breath, but I have a meeting with them on Thursday regarding it. You guys might see more grants just for this project coming through.
Sure. Okay.
Well, I think the majority of the funding that we've picked up were grants, and then when other airports didn't get theirs done, we picked their grants up too.
Yes,
And I think as important as those grants were, is we got San Carlos to bring the power upgrade it or bring it out, and we got Arizona Water to upgrade the water infrastructure too. So there's been a lot of movement out there to set it up for down the road.
Oh, yes. They're great partners. Like you said, you okayed funding last budget cycle for the upgrades of the pumps for the fire flow, so they're going to kick that project off soon. There's E-Cube is looking at leasing more land out there, so they want to build about a 66,000 square foot hangar and facility. So we're trying to get ahead of that with the water and the power situation. So it's just moving along. There's a lot happening out there, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Hey, James, I know the mayor mentioned something about the power out there, that you're doing an upgrade. How is it coming? Because I know that the more and more businesses that we get out there, the more and more electricity we're going to need. So how is that coming?
Well, now we're looking at we've set aside a site for our own substation. So we're really pushing for our own substation. They may replace the Coolidge, the substation on Clemens Road and Coolidge Avenue, that small substation there. So we're trying to bring in about 25 megawatts just to the airport with some redundancy in case something goes down. We have the 12 kV and also a 64 kV, I think, planned to come in there. So every 2 weeks I have a meeting with Skip, with Johnny Federico. They've been busy, these last few, so they've skipped a couple of, but that's our main goal is to, I've already set that land aside. I've did some preliminary environmental work there. Everything we could do up to the point of, we don't know depth of disturbance and area disturbance, I've gotten quotes for the design and engineering of that substation, $550,000 just for that. So, it takes years, and
Oh, yeah.
we started about 2 years ago on it.
Well, I know that is one of Coolidge's biggest assets right there is that airport. And I know there's a gentleman up in heaven, Jim Garrett Senior, that was his baby out there, and he always knew there was a gold mine. And so I know he's flying his Marine Corps jet up there just with a big old smile on his face. So
Yep.
you're doing a great job out there. Thanks.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
And one last thing, it's airport related. October, first Saturday in October, we start the fly-ins again. So October
Through March.
through March, first Saturday of every month from about 7 until 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Come on out and enjoy it. Got a lot of airplanes that like to fly in, and we get a lot of experimental aircraft, older planes and everything else, and you can get right up next to them, and sometimes they'll even let you touch them. So
$10 all you can eat. And I get my money's worth.
you always have. So with that, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to approve item 11 as read.
Second.
Motion second, Drew. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And if we're lucky, now that we have a county representative that's here all the time, maybe the county will leave our breakfast wagon alone out at the airport, and we won't miss a Saturday or two. We appreciate that, Supervisor. All right, what we got left? We don't have any business regular items, so report from the council. I will start down this time with Councilmember Bagnell.
Other than what both Lynn and Mr. Scott had brought up earlier about the National Day of Remembrance and everything out at the Coolidge Cemetery on the 13th, would love to have a good showing for that. And the Lions Club will be providing pancakes and sausage along with coffee and juice out there for those participating. And Councilmember Hudson can come out and get his fill too. So, thank you.
I live next door to Mr. Scott out there, and I didn't want to bring traffic to make it look like a councilman might be getting a favor or something like that. So, Mr. Scott, I'm glad that you mentioned that because it is bad. I was moving the trash cans this afternoon, and there was a truck that went by, and I'll guarantee you he was going probably 45, 50 miles an hour. And I've got 7 grandkids, and I've got 2 swings and my trees out front, and they're out there a lot of times swinging, and I sure would hate to have a car going out of control and happen to hit one of my grandkids because it would be ugly for the driver. It would be ugly for the driver, I'll guarantee you that. So if the city could look into that and help Mr. Scott out, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Councilmember Zope.
Well, we recently just concluded our League of Cities Conference in Scottsdale, and I would like to pass on my appreciation and to the Youth Council that was just seated 2 weeks ago here tonight, and for the work they did up there at the event. They did us proud. And also pass it on to Norma and Sienna, who were here tonight, because they were there as part of the staff to guide them along. And I don't know, I just walked away feeling real happy with how Coolidge presented himself that night.
Vice Mayor.
I just want to add on to what Tom said here. I also appreciate the staff for you guys taking care of us at the league. I attended quite a few sessions that I took a lot away from, and there was one in particular that kind of had to do with what we heard tonight during the study session that I passed on with Gilbert and the mayor. Hopefully we can get Arizona Water Company in to share what they have going on with us. So I appreciate the opportunity to go. Thank you.
Go.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, yeah, it was great sessions that were there related to water, power, quite a bit. And I also share that our youth council, especially when they were at the booth, they did this thing where they did it with their hands and they would hold up a little thing that,
Slot machine.
yeah, it was a slot machine. It was the cutest thing. And everybody that attended and played it was smiling. They thought, this is really cool. So anyway, it was really great. And also just, we're going to have our centennial celebration September 20th. So just want to remind everybody of that. It'll be a great event. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have much to add. I had lunch with those crazy junior council people.
Yeah.
I was lucky to get out alive, so in hearing that, I would need a motion to get out of here.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you and good night, everybody.